Okay, it's time for some piano. Here we go. Yes. Hey everybody, welcome to our Learn With Me piano series. Today we are going to be learning Edelweiss from The Sound of Music, and I'm very excited to teach this one to you guys today. This one is sort of like a middle intermediate level. And we're going to be encountering some pretty big harmonic chords, but they should fit totally fine if you're okay with those, all right? Here I have my music printed, and it's in a file folder, okay? Now, a couple things you can do for me before we get started. Like and share this video for me if you can. You know that every single time you do that, it helps me reach even more people across the internet. And I need help, right? I need you guys to help me out. The next thing, of course, is if you can subscribe. We're here on YouTube. It's not hard. The button should be right there underneath the video, and you can go ahead and do that for me, okay? Next, we operate and have our piano learning community on Discord, right? So Discord is this fantastic private social network for just my learners. And we have, I think, close to 230 members now. So I'd love to have you on there too, because then I can get to know you better, right? And I can listen to you play, and we can help each other learn these songs together, okay? And then last, I am on Patreon. So Patreon is how I earn my income. If you find that these lessons are really helpful and you're having a great time, consider joining as a patron, either from the $3 a month level all the way up to $90 a month if you're looking for some private lessons, okay? I would love to see you guys on there too. All right, let's get started. I'm really excited about this one. It's very pretty. Okay, so Christopher Plummer died, I think, last week, and I was moved by that because he was such an influential figure in film, in some of the films that I grew up with. So I was moved to learn this piece, and one of my students actually was so excited to hear what a beautiful arrangement of Edelweiss that she asked if we could learn this one for a learn with me. So I went ahead and switched out on the calendar from Misty to Edelweiss for today, okay? So if you've got your music in front of you, I'm seeing a few things here, okay? I see that we have two flats in our key signature, okay? So that could mean that it's either a B flat major or a G minor, okay? So in order for us to find out if it's B flat major or a G minor, we need to look at the beginning opening chord and the ending chord of the song. That gives us some clues to see what we're actually going to be dealing with, okay? So I see I have an F in my left hand, and then I have a D, B flat, D, okay? So let's play that. Okay. Does that sound major or minor to you? It sounds major to me, okay? So that's one clue. Let's look at the very end of the song, okay? Ooh, I see a low F with a B flat down below. And then I see B flat, D, F. That's a one chord in B flat major. And then D, F, B flat, D, arpeggiated. So that obviously sounds major to me. So this piece is going to be in B flat major, okay? So let's switch to piano view and let's play just a very basic beginner scale of B flat major, okay? Okay, so here we are. So B flat major, I start with my finger 2 on my B flat. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. Yeah, so that's the right hand, okay? What about the left hand? I think maybe perhaps we start with a 3. Yeah, okay, so start on a finger 3 for your left hand scale. We're going to be doing a B flat, C, D crossover, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. That's a funny finger. I probably should have crossed over a 3. And then it goes back down. B flat, A, right hands together. We'll do it slowly, just one octave. Fingers are kind of funky. I didn't do a very great job on those fingerings, but that's okay. All right, so now looking at the actual song, let's actually get started on it, okay? Now we're gonna learn the right hand first, okay? And if you are a true intermediate student, it's not gonna take much for you to start recognizing fingering patterns that work for your hands, okay? We're gonna start at the very beginning and we're gonna play through the first page, right hand only. I'll do it very slowly, okay? We'll go over some notes if we encounter some tricky ones. Okay, so we're starting here with our D above middle C. And we have 3/4 times. So we've got D, B flat, D. 1, 2, 3, shift up to F, B flat, D, F. 2, 3, down to E flat. Very good. Now we're gonna shift the inner notes to A and C. And since it's arpeggiated, you see the squiggly line? You can play it very quickly up. Okay? Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, up to 1, 2, 3, then the E flat, 2, 3, arpeggiated, 2, 3, and continues. D, funky going there. Let's try that again. Starting at the Edelweiss, here we are with the tied notes, okay? D, B flat, F, C, B flat, F, E flat, E flat, B flat, D, F and B flat, F, G, B flat and E flat, F. Very good. Now it's small. D, F, C. Clean and bright. Line 3. D, B flat, F, A, G, A, B flat with a B flat major triad. Again, B flat. Very good. All right. So now we're in the middle of line 3, okay? In the middle of line 3, that's where it starts to change a little bit, okay? Where it goes, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, okay? That part, it gets a little bit more exciting, okay? So I'll switch back to piano view. We're going to keep doing that right hand, and I think you're going to have some fun, all right? Okay, so starting there at the blossom, okay? That would be measure 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Measure 21. I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to put a 21 above that so I know. So starting at measure 21, I have my E flat F and my pinky C way up high. You ready? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Switch down to C on the bottom. Now A on the bottom. D, B flat, F, B flat, B flat. G, B flat on top. C, B flat down. A, and F. Very good. And then it returns back to the theme. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So there's a fingering thing here. So it starts A, Edelweiss. Now here, you're actually going to use your thumb to play both the C and D together, and then your finger 2 on F. Okay. See how I do that? Okay. Circle that measure, the right hand section. Let's start again at that Edelweiss. Ready? Probably noticing there's a lot of like funky ties in here, okay? Now, I'm interpreting this as I know the song. Some of the ties I've noticed in here are they're not quite written exactly how the song is supposed to go. So I want you to use your critical listening skills to determine which note you're going to be holding down for the tie, because you want the melody to sort of rise up out of those tied notes in the right hand, okay? If you find that one of these ties in here is a little bit weird and it doesn't quite make sense, don't take this as like the absolute right way to do this song. Remember, these pieces that I'm finding on MuseScore, they are written by regular people, regular songwriters and composers that may or may not have done the exact way it's supposed to be done, okay? That's why they're free. Which is fine, you know, like we enjoy music, and we write, as we're transcribing music, we write what we hear, right? And a lot of times it's not quite exact, but that's okay, all right? I appreciate the work that they've put into putting these together. So again, back to the tied notes. If you find that it's a little bit weird, that's okay. If you find that you're having a hard time reaching some of those intervals, drop a note or two and make sure the melody is rising above those, okay? That's key. All right. Now, let's see if we can play the right hand section all the way through the first page, okay? Without stopping. And I won't say anything this time, okay? Let's give it a try. All right. I really want to sing it, but I haven't warmed up. It would just sound not so great. So I'll go ahead and start at the beginning and just the piano by itself, okay? Not too quick, just slow enough for you to keep up, okay? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Of headway that time, playing the right hand all the way through without any pauses. Now, the left hand is where it starts to get a little bit, the meat or the support of those right hand melodies really comes in, right? And there's a lot of interesting notes in there that support it. So let's dive into the left hand here on page 1, okay? I'll switch back to piano view. All right. Now, our very first opening introduction, we're starting with an F, okay? So we can do that. 1, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, and F, 2, 3, starting with a B flat, F, hold, A, F, hold, D, F, hold, down to G. Down to B flat, hold, octave F, hold, there we go. And now we have the blossom section. We have A, F, rest, A, F, rest, up to B flat, F, rest, down to F, F, rest. Now we have E flat, B flat, E flat, E natural, C, G, and F, C, A, F, C, F, and back to B flat, F, hold, and A flat, D, hold, and G, E flat, there we go, and G flat, E flat, hold, back to F, hold, and another F, hold, then we have a B flat, F, rest, and F, rest. Hey, that was really nice too. I think it really helped that we picked a tempo that we could keep. This is not a fast song. It's not meant to be, right? And we actually have some ritardandos that we can insert once we're getting into the musicality of this piece, right? We're going over notes right now. It's not like we're looking at dynamics and ritardandos and tempo and all of that stuff that makes it really special, right? Those are the things that help hook your audience in. We haven't even gotten there yet, but that's okay, all right? So notes-wise, I see a lot of really cool stuff happening on line 4, left-hand section, right? We have all these octaves. We have this sort of going down by half step to build this drama. Once we finally get to, I think it's like the last line, measure 33, where it says, bless my homeland forever. That's like the moment, right? Because, you know, that's the moment, I think in, I mean, you remember back to The Sound of Music when Christopher Plummer is singing that line and the family comes in, right? And yeah, it's like, even though they're being, I guess they're being persecuted and they're being ousted and brought to light by the Nazis, like he still has this love for his homeland of Austria. So it's really incredible. It really, really is. It's a very poignant moment in the film. So we get to sort of inject that little bit of poignancy right there and that line, bless my homeland forever. So let's see. I want to see if perhaps we can start looking at the second ending, okay? Because this is where we start to get arpeggiated chords a lot in the right hand, okay? And these are sort of like glorified inversions in a way. Because it's going up by an inversion pattern, but they're not quite as straightforward as a standard B-flat major inversion, okay? So let's start at the second ending at the bottom of page 1. That would be measure 39, 38, 37, measure 37, Okay, I will switch to piano view. So let's get that started. Okay, so starting at measure 37, the right hand, we've got D, F, B flat, right? And you can do it arpeggiated, right? That means playing it individually but quickly. And then we go up the inversion, F, B flat, D, right? And then this is the part where it's not a standard inversion, right? So we keep the F on the bottom and the B flat, but we put an F on top, right? So that pattern would go, right? And then it repeats again in measure 37. Measure 39, it changes, okay? Now we're going down with a B flat, F, B flat. And then we keep the B flat, but we put on the bottom an E flat and an F on top. Right? It's a little bit dissonant, but that's what's written. Right? And then at the top of page 2, measure 40, it does that pattern with a B flat, E flat, B flat again. Then our bottom is a G, E flat, G. Very good. And then the final, the final pattern here, we have F, A, D, F. Then A, D, F. And now, let's see. Oh, no, that's actually incorrect. I read that wrong. I read that wrong because I see the F, but there's actually a D underneath it. Okay, so let's start at measure 40. The right hand, we've got B flat, E flat, B flat. Shifts up to G, E flat, G. Then it's a D, F, B flat, D. Then F, B flat, D, F. That's a true inversion. Then up again, B flat, D, F, B flat. And then up one more. And that's where it ends, okay? So that final 4-chord pattern at the end in the right hand is a true inversion, okay? We're starting here on the D. There it is, okay? Yes, if you can remember all the parts that go, that make up that initial chord, we're just traveling up and putting the bottom one on the top. Nice. Okay, now in terms of the left hand, this left hand section is single notes, but they're not as predictable as the notes that we would expect in these chords. So let's just take it nice and slowly. Okay. So we're back here. Second ending measure 37, we have a pinky down here on our B flat, and it starts B flat, F, up to D, down to G, D, up to B flat, C, G, B flat down to F, G, A flat and E flat, then down to, then we've got D, F, B flat, inversion, right? So that bottom fifth, the B flat and F, we're going to actually utilize the pedal to help us hold that, because there's absolutely no way that we can reach from a low B flat all the way up to a high over here, right, to this F. Like, how would you possibly reach that with one hand? That's crazy. So let's use the pedal to our advantage here. We play it, press the pedal down, then we have our initial chord in the middle, invert it again. I like the arpeggiated sound. It's very pretty. Yeah, so imagine how that sounds at the very end with the right hand, right? So it's starting there, here, right? So we've got, and then it goes up, again, and then the final one. Very pretty, okay? Yeah, all right. Now that's really, really nice. It's a beautiful piece. Now, You may have noticed there are no pedal notations in this arrangement. Again, the people who are transcribing these pieces, maybe they just leave the pedal up to interpretation of the performer. I would definitely suggest that we use some form of overlapping pedal in this piece, because it helps just to create that that feeling, right? That nostalgia, that poignancy, that really just heart aching feeling, but a deep love as well. Pedal can really make it or break it in a piece like this. So I would definitely use an overlapping pedal as a general suggestion. Lift that foot up just enough to clear out those notes at every measure or every other measure, okay? Now, if you do see chord arrests, don't put your pedal down, right? Don't leave it all watery if it's telling you that there's a rest, right? But this suggestion would be for places where there are no rests notated, okay? Now, I guess we can play the whole thing all the way through. I will do it with the repeat. Again, bear with me if I make any mistakes. I will fix them as I go along, okay? I love this piece. It's beautiful. And I know with a couple more weeks of practice, I'll probably have it under my belt perfectly, okay? Let's just piano view and hear this really pretty song. Okay. Okay. All right, with repeats, here we go. Wish me luck. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. mistakes, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed that. It's very pretty. With the repeat, it makes it quite long, but that's okay, right? I like repeats because they are basically the thing that let you have a second chance to get it right. And I know that my middle section of the second time through, it was a little bit better. I felt pretty good about it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed our lesson for today. It's a beautiful piece, all right? Couple reminders. I'm on Patreon. I would really appreciate the support if you haven't joined me already on there. 82 of you have already committed a monthly donation to me, realizing the benefit and the value of what I'm bringing to you here on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. Next, of course, we've got our YouTube, right? It's not hard. You can just hit the button. Just subscribe. Every little bit helps. Subscribing really helps you keep up with your lessons. And like, it's just so much fun to keep up with them. I like seeing comments from y'all too. It's nice. And then, of course, our Discord, right? So, of course, I mentioned that Edelweiss was actually requested by a student. And so I take it seriously. We have a song request channel, and you can like make a suggestion of what you want to learn. Of course, I try to find it at a level that's suitable for your needs. So if you're requesting something that's like incredibly difficult and you're only a beginner, that might be a little tricky, but that's okay. I will try my best to find something that works for you, okay? All right, thank you very much. Now, I have just a quick extra announcement, okay? Now, as you are probably aware by now, I live in Houston, Texas, and my entire state has been through a monumental winter storm that has affected us tremendously. Many people have lost their lives due to the extreme cold. We had no electricity for 3 or 4 days during the height of this winter storm, where our temperatures were the coldest. So many people died. A lot of us are still dealing with no water in our homes, and that is lending itself to people getting ill and people not having the resources they need for basic survival in this state. This is not typical, okay? This is not normal. And in order to feel like I'm doing my best to help my fellow Texans here, I've decided to put together a small piano recital fundraiser. So tune in on Wednesday of this week, February 24th, 7 p.m. Central, and I'm just going to play some piano songs that we've learned over the past year. And I'd love for you to tune in and donate. I partnered with a lovely organization called the Porch Drop Club, which is run by a friend of mine and a few of her friends. And they provide immediate relief to families in need, going from rent relief to groceries to winter coats for their children. The Porch Drop Club has done an incredible job raising money, and I want to help that, okay? So I have a $500 goal. I want to see if during our piano recital we can raise $500 for the Porch Drop Club, okay? So tune in on Wednesday if you can. I'd love to see you there, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in and listening, and I can't wait to see you all very soon, okay? Take care. Bye.